Patient Zero. I'm your host, Branch Isole. Patient Zero shares a focus on personal, career, and spiritual relationship growth. The term Patient Zero generally describes a point of origin for any experience, event, or entity. From the moment of our creation as a spirit of origination, each of us becomes the patient zero of our lifetime journey. On Patient Zero, you'll hear tips and takeaways for healthier daily interactions to achieve greater success at home and at work. You'll also learn how prophecy can educate, entertain, and edify with an awareness about prophetic events, people, and circumstances to help you know and prepare for God's purpose-filled plans. Everyone alive takes their first breath and first steps in Life 101. In Life 101, we all experience life's 12 lessons that test our relationship responses and actions. In Life 101, we all experience stress, struggle, pressure, and conflict. We all suffer heartache, pain, and loss. In Life 101, we all have physical ailments and emotional challenges. And in Life 101, everyone thirsts for love and hungers for truth. So what's missing? What's missing in Life 101 that can be found in Life 101A? What's missing is an awareness and understanding of life's missing link. But why is it missing? And why don't we see or recognize this missing link? We miss its presence because our consciousness is blurred by a veil held firmly in place by ignorance or choice, a veil that obscures life's missing link. You see, we all know Life 101 intimately because we're born into it. We come to know and embrace the world's ways as naturally as our own breaths and our steps. For this reason, we don't see clearly what our future can be, because this veil blurs opportunities on life's path. And yet, when it's pulled back, life's missing link is clearly evident, waiting in the wings, waiting for us to see unhindered. With this veil lowered, truth is revealed in our life, in our relationships, and within ourselves. Life's missing link reveals new solutions for every situation, every relationship, every circumstance. In Life 101, our natural inclination is to identify every choice and every decision with a "what's in it for me" attitude and questions. Why? Well, about age 2, we begin to understand the meaning and consequence of the word no. It's in this single word from our earliest understanding that becomes a trigger for our behavior and responses. You see, no matter where we grow up, every social and legal framework is rooted in right and wrong. So we learn early on the outcomes of right and wrong are often expressed as reward or punishment. Therefore, our automatic response to every question, every choice, every decision in Life 101 is associated with right or wrong, advantage or disadvantage, success or failure, reward or punishment. And as we grow, we subconsciously ask, in this situation, what's in it for me? But why is this our concern? Well, it's because the focus of Life 101 is on self, meaning the primary concern in each life is grounded in the world's ways, which are always about me. Or, how will this decision affect my wants, needs, and desires? As long as we operate without the missing link, we are neither grounded nor balanced, as we are held in the grasp of the world's ways. See, we each come into this world as a spirit of origination, a created expression of truth and love from and by God's spiritual character and nature. At birth, as part of our new physical world presence, our truth and love filled spirit of origination becomes redirected to be 20% spirit and 80% world responsive. So our now spirit of origination is only partially active because it's rooted in the world's ways of right and wrong. So it only responds to reward or punishment. We now embrace right and wrong by default. It's what we learn, it's what we know, it's what we experience. Right or wrong becomes the operational response process that we understand from our earliest stages of behavioral cognition. So right and wrong becomes our compass rose. It's what we use in our interactions with people, events, and circumstances in our daily life. But when we begin to recognize Life 101A, we start to see opportunities to transfer new awareness of our responses, behaviors, and actions. Now we can acknowledge and embrace people, events, and circumstances guided by life's missing link. But what is this missing link? Well, life's missing link is an active awareness of moral and ethical responses. So when our spirit of origination becomes fully reactivated with life's missing link, we now have the spiritual power to see truth everywhere in our world, but more importantly, in every relationship. By recognizing truth's presence, we can now choose moral and ethical responses instead of being firmly held in the grasp of old pattern behaviors and old pattern responses. But what are morals and ethics? Well, simply put, morals and ethics are God's character and nature, truth and love, in action. You see, with every new or renewed spiritual relationship, we receive access to moral and ethical guidance as our spirit of origination is reactivated to full cognition. Now, you may be asking, Branch, what are the benefits to a fully activated spirit of origination? Well, with a reactivated spirit, every decision, every choice, every option is now alerted ahead of time to our best interest. Before we respond, before we commit, before we jump into action. That's the power of life's missing link. You see, as a loving parent, God always wants what's best for you. And with your spirit of origination fully active again with the spirit of truth, as a prodigal child, you are now prepared to receive His presence, His blessings, and His protection. By right and privilege, we become spiritually reawakened through Christ Jesus, because Christ is the conduit of spiritual grounding and understanding. In Life 101, we struggle to find answers. In Life 101A, we already have solutions. Solutions for any problem or issue we may face in our actions and our interactions with others. Now you may be asking, Branch, how can this be? Well, having acquired the spirit of truth, we can now use this spiritual strength. By recognizing truth in our world, we now automatically see the moral and ethical imperatives in every relationship or circumstances. And by responding morally and ethically, we always recognize what's in our best interest. Sound crazy? Sound far-fetched? With a Life 101 veil in place, Every breath, every step is confronted by tests, temptations, and challenges. But with that veil removed, spiritual reactivation enables you to see the outcomes before you choose which action to take. Now you may be asking, Branch, how can this be? Simple. Moral and ethical responses alert us before we jump into holes of adversity, those that we've known so well from our Life 101 experiences. So the question becomes, will you continue to be constrained by Life 101, or will you now embrace the spirit of truth and use morals and ethics as your new baseline for future relationship success at home and at work? Thanks for joining me today. On Patient Zero, I share key takeaways for growth-filled living. If you know someone who could benefit from today's episode, please share it with them. If today's show has been interesting for you, please give us a rating and review. To know more about my work, I invite you to visit and subscribe to my website, branchisole.com, my Substack page, branchisole.substack.com, and my YouTube channel, Branch Isole. Subscribers of my Substack channel will also receive a thought for today every morning, 2 spiritual Christianity prophecy alerts every week, and an open mic poem short story every Saturday, as well as access to every archived Patient Zero episode. At the website, you'll also find informative links, archive posts, as well as my books, ebooks, and gift merchandise. Thanks for being here today. Join me next Wednesday again here at branchisole.substack.com, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep growing and be in the world, not of the world.